The sheer scale of what was just uncovered in the heart of Liberia isn't just a local police success, it is a massive strike against the clandestine networks that have long exploited African geography for their own gain. When we talk about the seizure of an unprecedented amount of cocaine, we aren't just talking about drugs, we are talking about a direct challenge to the illegal flows that bypass African sovereignty. This is Liberia standing up. For those joining us today, we are diving deep into the massive intelligence and security operations in Monrovia and Duazon. In less than 2 months, Liberian authorities have dismantled what many experts believe to be one of the largest smuggling hubs on the West African coast. We are looking at a multi-million-dollar bust that has put Liberia center stage in the fight against international trafficking. This isn't just about crime, it is about the security of our borders and the sovereignty of our land. To understand why this is happening now, we have to look back at the history of West African maritime routes. For decades, the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic coastlines of countries like Liberia have been viewed by Western-centric powers as convenient corridors. Because these regions were often overlooked in terms of infrastructure investment by the global North, they became the path of least resistance for illicit goods. The West didn't build roads or ports for the people here, they utilized existing pathways to move their products and, unfortunately, the very same routes became highways for cartels. But that era of passivity is ending. Liberia is no longer a silent corridor, it is becoming a fortress. Let us look at the current situation. Just 6 weeks ago, the Roberts International Airport saw a staggering $19.2 million cocaine bust. This wasn't some minor oversight, it was a massive intelligence operation that signaled to the world that Liberia is watching. And yet, only weeks later, the seizure in Duazon occurred. The fact that 2 foreign nationals were detained in a warehouse in Majibi County proves that these are not local incidents, these are global networks trying to infiltrate African soil. These cartels rely on our geography to hide their activities, but the Liberian security forces are making it clear, the free pass is over. Like this video help more Africans see this story. When we analyze the key players involved, we see a sophisticated operation. These aren't just local smugglers, these are international syndicates who view Africa as a playground for their logistics. By cracking down on these specific warehouses and transit points, Liberia is dismantling the infrastructure of these organizations. Every time a foreign national is caught in Duazon, it weakens the grip that global cartels have over our trade routes. The government isn't just catching drugs, they are cutting the veins of an international shadow economy that drains resources from our communities. This brings us to the most important point, the Pan-African implications. What is happening in Liberia is a victory for all of Africa. When one nation strengthens its borders and masters its territory, it creates a shield for its neighbors. A secure Liberia means a safer West Africa. It means that the Africa Rising narrative isn't just about economic growth, it is about the security of our people and the integrity of our land. We are seeing a shift where African nations are taking ownership of their space, refusing to be used as silent partners in global crime. This is the truth they don't want you to see on mainstream news, that Africa is becoming more vigilant, more organized, and more resistant to outside exploitation. What does this mean for our future? It means that we are entering an era of Fortress Africa. We are moving toward a reality where African nations realize that their greatest asset is their sovereignty. By shutting down these hubs, Liberia is sending a message to the West and to the global underworld: our land is not your warehouse. Our ports are not your dumping ground. This is the spirit of a rising continent. We are building the security infrastructure necessary for true economic independence. When we control our borders, we can truly focus on domestic growth, local manufacturing, and regional integration. Subscribe for honest, Pan-African analysis you won't find on CNN or BBC. As we look forward, the momentum in Liberia will likely inspire neighboring nations to adopt similar rigorous enforcement. We are seeing a movement toward unified security protocols across the ECOWAS region and beyond. The era of being a passive territory is over. Africa is taking its seat at the table as a power that demands respect and enforces its own laws. Check out this next video where we break down how African nations are reclaiming their mineral wealth from foreign conglomerates. The fight for our land is moving on many fronts, and it is time we stay informed and united in the struggle. What do you think about Liberia's bold stance against these international syndicates? Does this move signal a new era of security for West Africa? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts on how our continent can continue to protect its borders from outside exploitation.